Well, hello everybody. Welcome to session number 27 of Bareback Jack Songs. Thanks for stopping by. So here we are in 1998 with One Road Man. And now you've heard me say, if you've been watching these episodes, that my favorite album is Powder River. But this one is my second favorite. I love this album. And just to go through the list of songs that are on here, you got One Tonight, Runaway Love, The Borderline, Old Paint, The Fever, Bang a Drum, Old Slewfoot, One Ride in Vegas, Sometimes You Just Gotta Ride, Life's a Highway, Caballo Diablo, and One Road Man. Sounds great, very well produced, great list of songs. So I got a lot of stuff to talk about with this album, and I'll try not to rattle on too much. So for those of you who might not know, I played drums for Dad from 1998 to 2005, the year that Dad passed. Actually, our last show with Dad was in October of 2004 in Kansas City at the Kemper Arena. So the way I got in the group, KW Turnbow, the drummer, got in a car wreck. Now, it's kind of a bittersweet story, but the cool thing about it is I got to sit side by side to be a part of the Two-Headed Monster drum kit, sitting side by side with my favorite drummer, KW Turnbow. And so what happened, he got in a car wreck and he messed his right shoulder up pretty bad. And doctors thought he might be out for close to a year. And it could have been a lot worse, but the good Lord was watching over him. And so anyway, that's when he approached me. He said, well, would you want to come out and give it a try, while K-Dub's, healing up? And it wasn't one of those things where like, well, can I sleep on this? Give me a day to think about it. I mean, I was floating off the ground when these words were coming out of Dad's mouth. Would you like to come out and play drums for me? I just kind of felt myself starting to float, And I said, yes. I said, I'm your guy. I said, when's the next gig? He goes, well, we got about 4 or 5 days and we head up to Pocatello, Idaho. So that was my first show with Dad, was in Pocatello. And so leading up to that, like he said, we had like 4 or 5 days before we had to fly out. And so I went down the basement and started playing all of Dad's stuff. I mean, I was pulling out all these cassettes and CDs and just playing along to everything. And then it just kind of dawned on me. It's like, this would be a lot easier if I just have Dad write out a set list. And so I said, hey, can you just write me a set list out on... So that'd be a lot easier when it comes to me practicing to your stuff. He goes, oh, shoot. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Well, I still got the set list. And I'll just run them through this is what the set list was in 1998. Runaway Love, County Fair, Wild and Woolly, Look at You Girl, Cadillac Ranch, What You Gonna Do with the Cowboy, and then a solo. So the band would leave the stage, Dad would stay out there, and he'd usually play Just Can't See Him from the Road. Then the band would come back, and then they'd play Bang a Drum, One Tonight, Copenhagen, This Cowboy's Hat, $5 Fine, Gravitational Pull, 8-Second Ride, Cadillac Cowboy, Tougher Than the Rest, Life's a Highway, Little Long-Haired Outlaw, Western Skies, Cowboys Like a Little Rock and Roll, and For Your Love. And there's a set list. So, so these look like bloodstains. That'd make for a better story, but they were coffee. They're little coffee spills. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of cool to look back at that. I'm glad I kept it. I mean, I don't know why I would have thrown it away anyway, but there it is. And another quick little story too. So the drummer that played on this album, his name is Greg Morrow, and he also played on 2 of my albums, the Sagebrush album and the Buckskin album. And so they recorded the One Road Man album at the Castle studio on Old Hillsboro Road, which I used to live on. I moved down to Nashville in the early 2000s. I wasn't planning on staying. I just wanted to kind of see what it was all about. but I lived right on the corner of Old Hillsboro Road and whatever the other road was. But it was only like 4 miles from the Castle studio. And so I was in there when they were recording this album. And I remember sitting on the couch right behind Trey Bruce, the producer, and he was, on the control panel. And right on the other side of the glass was Greg Morrow, the drummer. And they were just getting ready to track Life's a Highway. And Greg had this little click track intro thing, that thing. And then Trey said, all right, you guys ready to roll one? And he was like, yeah, let's go ahead and try this. And that was when, Greg rattled off that great drum intro, and Trey, I guess being a drummer himself, or he used to play drums, I guess knowing that I play drums too, just kind of glanced back at me and gave me a little grin. I said, yeah, I'm going to have to learn that song. But yeah, I shared that story with Greg when we went in to record the Sagebrush album. So yeah. So the one I picked off of here, sorry for talking so long. I picked the 4th track, Old Paint. So I love this song, and I think it should have been a single. It's probably one of my favorite songs off the album. So let's give it a shot. Riding back from town tonight, I don't need the trail moonlight. This old horse knows his way home. I don't have to touch the reins, he's right on track just like a train. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. He waits faithfully to save me from poker games and painted ladies. Now this old horse knows his way home. And when my hard-earned pay is gone, climb up and just hold on. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. Well, cowboy blues fade to black in an old bunkhouse rack. So I whistle back in the saddle again. Riding back from town tonight, I don't need the trail moonlight. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. Old Paint. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.